What's up, 1%ers? What's up, Greedy Clan? Another day, another $1 million plan. Y'all already know the vibes. Today is Finance Friday, and we tapping in, giving you guys some financial tips. Free game. I'm actually going to do 2 videos today, so y'all make sure y'all stay tuned for both of those. They will be releasing later on today. This is just a live version. But as you see, I have this amount of money here. This is a new goal for me. I want to start the video off by saying that this is a new goal. Like I said, this video is gonna be about financial tips. Or I'm just gonna be giving out some financial tips on how you can reach new goals. Because even though it's easy and old people know what they can do or what they're capable of, for whatever reason, people just don't do it. So I hate seeing people like talk about other people who are trying to do different or be different with their lives, and so therefore they downplay what someone else is doing. But you can't feed into that or think about that or give it any of your energy. But this right here, I want to start off by saying this right here is my new goal. I never ever touched 5K cash of my own money. Now I done touched it on the card, I done seen it, had it collectively, but 5K cash of my own money. And it's actually more than that, but I came across something where I was able to save and put money away, but we did it. We did it. Touched the new goal. And so therefore, again, I'm coming to give you guys some financial tips on how you can reach your goal. You know, set small goals and go after them and achieve them. Your goal ain't got to be my goal. If 5K ain't nothing to you, then okay, do 10, do 20. If 5K is a little more than you can handle, okay, start with 1K. Start with just saving. But again, this is Finance Friday, giving out some free game, and so I just want to start off by saying, in order to reach your goal, your first goal, small goal, next step, next goal, whatever the case can be, you gotta be disciplined. You have to be disciplined. Again, I said so many people speak on what other people doing and saying, oh, this easy, or talk about people for trying to obtain a certain lifestyle, but not everyone's in the same situation. And if it's easy, then a motherfucker should be able to give out whatever game they got, knowledge they got, to show the next person how to do it. But I ain't even trying to, like I tell y'all, we don't feed into those kind of people or give those kind of people energy. So what I am going to talk about, though, is what we can do for ourselves to obtain my goal, and what I had to do to reach certain milestones was, like I said, be disciplined and be strict. I fuck with the word people making a trend. Now, I appreciate you sincerely. I appreciate you for tapping in and liking the live. But I was gonna say, for me to obtain my goal, I had to really lock in. I had to really sit down and tell myself, like, okay, I'm gonna miss out on this, I'm gonna miss out on that. I remember it was weeks when I was just, or days in the week when I was just like, damn, I done sat here 3-4 days in a row. Like, what the hell I'm finna, do? I need to get out and do something for myself. But no, you don't. You don't. Whenever you have certain things set for yourself and you trying to, conquer them, is, as far as for me, as far as touching, getting my finances straight, there's nothing wrong with telling yourself, sit down. There's nothing wrong with telling yourself, okay, this is more important. This is gonna help. This is gonna help me in the long run. I see you said 1K is the goal. Boom. So again, picking back up where I just left off, in order for me to, I've been saving for years, but in order for me to, like I said, get strict and actually make sure I reach those goals, I had to do the little steps, the small steps, the little things that I knew had to be strict and structured on, the little things that I knew can help me and benefit me. And that's not spending money daily on little tedious things, not going out when somebody asking me. That's me holding off, even though I know I need to get certain things done, or I ain't gonna say need to, but can get certain things done at the moment, holding off until I can afford to do them comfortably also. And that's discipline. Like I said at the beginning of this video, that's discipline, that's structure, self-structure, which people around you aren't gonna tell you. That's just like when people tell you about going to college or, doing something for yourself, nobody's going to be there next to you telling you, oh, you need to get up and do this. You need to set alarms. You got to be up at this time and make sure ready for XYZ. So therefore, it's all on you. You have to make sure you are structuring your time, yourself, your situation accordingly in order to see the things that you want to see. So for me, again, it was really sitting down. I've built my credit. I'm working on my credit right now. My credit score is at a 730. And so therefore, the next things for me is increasing my finances. That's what I'm trying to do. And like I said, I've been able to do that in these last 2 weeks. So jumping off of that topic, I really wanted to come on here and give free game specifically based around credit, because people don't know, especially a lot of younger people that I see around me too, they don't know how they can use credit to their advantage. Now, I'm not saying take advantage, which you should, but use credit to your advantage. So for me, the way that I've been able to, again, reach this milestone is by not one, sitting my ass down, but two, using my credit in place, or replacing, using my credit in place of doing things that I would with cash. And so I advise a lot of people, I advise everyone, if you can, get started on your credit journey and see what you have to do if you haven't got started yet. See what you have to do in order to get you some credit started, or like I said, lock in, be disciplined, and use credit to help you with. And what I mean by that is, for me, it's certain things, like I said, that I know I need to do, get done, or purchases that I need to make, and I use my credit cards to. Sorry, I got Kuro rubbing on me, and I don't know what he's doing, but y'all say what's up to Kuro. I see that way y'all know I ain't crazy. Say what's up, Kuro. Y'all see we in all black matching. But yes, and what I use, or how I have used my credit in order to help me prevail and better my situation, is certain things. Is, first of all, credit takes discipline. It's not just extra money. It's not just room for your margin. I feel like if you don't have the discipline, you definitely shouldn't be using credit or even thinking about it, because you're not gonna know how to manage it. And if you mess it up, you're just putting yourself in a worse situation. But the way that I've used it to give me some room and leeway is by certain purchases I need to make, or knowing that I was going to make regardless, I used it, put it to my credit card. And now, instead of me coming out of that money bi-weekly whenever I get paid, or from my savings, I was able to, like I said, be structured, be disciplined with myself, and make payments over time instead of just at once with these certain things. And so that's, in a nutshell, what I want to talk about with credit. Now, everybody might not have access to credit. You might not have the best credit score. You might not just be able to go get, an X amount of credit cards. But if you can, then definitely use credit to your advantage and use it properly. Boom. So these are the tips that I will give to get started with credit then. Apps like Credit Karma, Kickoff, Experian, Self. Those are 4 different apps and companies that I just named that can help anyone with no credit, zero credit, or if you even have established credit already, further or better your credit, score, and better your credit. What is the word? Not reputation. Just better your credit overall, your credit history, better your credit portfolio. That's the word. Self, Experian, Kickoff, Credit Karma. 4 apps that can help better your credit portfolio. Using those, I've been able to monitor my score, they've helped me dispute different things. Different ones help me dispute different things, and I've been able to get approved for new cards without having to apply and hurt myself. Whenever you sign up for these apps, they pre-approve you and let you know what cards you automatically approve for, or, what kind of cards you should go for, what kind of loans, or, credit types you should go for to help better your score. But those are 4 things that I've personally used in my journey to get my credit, like I said, portfolio where it is now. So again, that's the first tip, just giving out those 4 companies. Second thing I would say is, well, that's really that's the second, because the first thing was talking about discipline. So another tip though that I would say from there is, once you get started with those companies, with those apps or whatever, see where your credit score lies, and then, like I said, search for pre-approved. Search and see if you're pre-approved for any cards. Logging into those apps. But from there, that's how you get this. That's how you're able to keep more of this to yourself. So again, using credit allows you to keep more money in your pocket and builds your credit portfolio. And that's the avenue. Those are the steps that I'm trying to take through life to further myself. And I advise everyone to do the same. Right now I have maybe $10,000 in total of credit limits. And so, of course, that's a lot of money to just anyone, where they were like, "Ooh, I can go spend this on this, that, da, da, da." But no, it's all about discipline and how you take advantage, like I said, of the tools that you have access to. And so, like I said, making payments to certain things you're going to make anyway, paying it off over time. I say give yourself 2, 3, 4 months time period, because they like to see on time payments too. And then, just small payments like gas, utilities, little things that you're going to pay anyway, monthly bills. Sorry, it's 4 in the morning and we sitting here working. Just got off work, get into work. Yeah, I know the vibes. Like I said, it's Greedy Clan. But yeah, doing those kind of things with your credit creates good history, good credit history, and that's what they want to see. They want to see, small percentage usage. That's another tip, free tip. They want to see small percent of usage, on-time payments, and credit, like, what is the word? Credit, a credit variety. They want to see a variety of credit type on your profile. So if it's a car loan, secured card, a regular credit card, what do they call them? These words on the top of my head and I can't think of it. We're doing this all off the dome, so y'all have to excuse me for things loading up. But line of credit, you can go get lines of credit also. These are all different types of credits that will help your profile, and the more different types, the better standing that the bureaus give you, because they feel like you can manage more. They see, you're not just doing one type of thing and depending on this one style. That's one thing that the credit bureaus want to see, is that you're not dependent on credit. If you have credit cards, do not spend or do not use like you are dependent on the card. You want to show that you can keep it, and it's just an extra part of your income or budget, I would say. Not, like I said, no high percentage, no high usage percentages, and you don't want to be maxing out your cards. Now, I heard some people do that, but again, that's you putting yourself in a situation where you're having to pay it all back, and you can make it easier for yourself. You can make things so much easier for yourself. So my advice is don't go out and just max credit cards. Get you whatever amount you can get approved for. They want to see usage under 20%. So therefore, like I said, find you a bill, a reoccurring bill or a small utility, bill or anything, if it's gas, if it's just for, you know, groceries or something monthly, find you some kind of reoccurring bill and pay that off monthly before the due date. Again, find you some kind of reoccurring bill and pay that off before the due date actually. Not if it's say your bill due on the 3rd, don't pay it on the 2nd or the 3rd, pay it before the 1st. I don't know what it is exact, but it just, that also is another tip that helps your credit, paying off your bills early. So boom, I done gave out a few gems already as far as the companies that you can go to get pre-approved or find ways to help your credit, give you some tips to help your credit. I told you different type of credit lines, different credit types, showing that you have a variety of credit is something that also can help your credit. And usage percentage. Under 20%. If you have credit cards, keep them low. Keep your balances low. Pay it off when you can. You don't. Now I don't know. I heard somebody told me before that they have credit cards and they haven't used them in years and they're just sitting and their credit still is rising. It's probably because it's connected to their parents or something. But any cards that I've had that I'm not using have all closed. So again, if you're in a situation like mine where you're doing all of these things yourself, then yeah, listen to these tips that I'm giving, because again, I don't know everything, and I'm not saying what I'm saying is perfect or 100% the way to go. I'm just giving you guys tips and advice that helped me along this way. But yes, like I said, doing those 3 things: research what you can do to better your credit situation, small percentage usage, usage percentage, and a variety of credit types. Will be the first things you need to look at and remember when starting your credit journey or trying to better your credit journey. Another free gem that I want to give is, if you're just starting, it also depends on, or what can help your credit even more or better your credit even more, whatever, is the type of credit you're approved for. So with me, I just was doing secure loans through my bank, and then, or secure credit cards through my bank, and then expanding my credit portfolio from there. But if you already have credit, started a decent credit score, get approved through the best banks. Research and do your own research and go apply. But what I've seen this far, the best banks to work with is Bank of America. I heard Wells Fargo is a good one to use for credit. American Express, and it's one more. Bank of America, Wells Fargo, American Express, Capital One, is it? I'm not sure if it's Capital One. I think so though, because that's who I have a bank account with, a credit line with, and they've been extremely helpful along this way. As far as allowing me to track, they've been able to give me credit limit increases, and like I said, send mail letting me know when I'm pre-approved for something better, or you know, a certain type of card. So on that note, that is another thing that I want to give out and speak on. Once you are or have established your credit and already have been making payments, I'll say after a year and a half, if you haven't added any new things to your credit or whatever the case can be, apply for credit or limit increases. That is another thing. Whenever you apply for those or a limit increase, like I said at the beginning, this keeps your usage percentage down. So therefore, even though you apply for more money, if you have a $1,000 credit card or you apply for more money, they increase it to 25. If you're using, now you're able to expand. Now you're able to open up your usage, your income. If you are using money monthly or whatever, now, okay, like I said, if you had $1,000 and you were using, what's 20% of 1,000, like $50, or yeah, 100. No, 100 is 10%, $200. So now if you have 20% of 200, then what is that, 450? For 2,500 then? I'm not sure exact, but it's somewhere around there. Now you have a few extra $100 monthly to use towards whatever it is that you actually need. And so again, I've been kind of just bouncing off of one thing, but they all correlate. And for the ones who can, I'm sure can follow along and put together the pieces that I've given out already. But yes, apply for credit limit or credit limit increases. Credit limit increases when you can. But yes, apply for credit limit increases whenever you can too. Like I said, you got to give it some time. You can call your bank, whoever you have credit accounts through, and ask, you know, is it okay? Are you in good standing in order to do so? But just to run down what we covered in this video for Finance Friday, 4 companies. Or I'm gonna start with this. The tips again: don't max out cards. Find reoccurring bills and just use your credit towards that. Budget your credit payments. Put it a part of your budget, just like you do your bills. Make credit payments a part of your budget, because I'm telling you guys, having a good credit score, having good standing with your credit will help you so much in the long run. So many people may feel like they don't need it. Yeah, if you can save if you can save $20,000 cash, imagine how much money on top of that you would have if you took care of your credit, took care of business with your credit as well. You have $20,000 cash, maybe $50,000 in credit, that now you don't even have to touch that $20,000. So guys, please use and take advantage of having access to credit. Like, yeah, it seems like a loan, some people say they hate loans, but it's not. It's your money that you can get approved for, that you can use, to invest and fund whatever it is that you want to do, as long as you go about it correctly. So again, don't max out. Budget your payments, your credit payments, and go research and download and research those companies that I told you about again: Self, Kickoff, Experian, and Credit Karma. Self, Kickoff, Experian, Credit Karma. Those 4 apps will help you tremendously on getting started from any avenue that you have to, jump in on. But that's it, man, for the financial part of this, the financial segment of this video. Again, I hope you guys were able to pick out some useful information and are able to apply to yourselves. This is Finance Friday with Righteous Greedy, man. Appreciate everybody tapping in. 1% is Greedy Clan. Another day, another $1 million plan. Y'all already know the vibe. It's Friday, man. Hope you guys had a great week. Hope you guys use this information over the weekend and prepare yourselves to have a great week. Unwind and do whatever you guys need to do to reset and refresh for this new set of weeks, this new set of days coming. And finish this year out strong, because again, I just hate seeing people sleep on stuff that we can do ourselves. That's all that it comes down to. The people from my culture, or just anyone with a past like mine, like feeling like you're unable to do certain things, when the whole time we just enabled ourselves. Like, anything that we want, we can go achieve. We just have to put our mind to it and actually, like I said at the beginning, be disciplined, be structured on ourselves to go and obtain these things. So I hope you guys found this, again, video useful and found some kind of tips. I know it was kind of quick today, but I just wanted to get that information out, because those are some simple steps that, like I said, can help you get started with your credit journey, or better your credit journey, and allow it to help you. You gotta, in order to help yourself, if what teachers used to say in school, I can't help you if you don't want to help yourself. And I'm saying that to you guys, and it's the same thing as far as working with credit too. Like, you have to help yourself in order for it to let it help you, and not see that as something more harmful, because I hear a lot of people say that, but it's not. It's all about how you handle it, all about how you manage it. And so I hope you guys found some useful tips with that and run with it. It's Finance Friday, and like I said, wrapping up this week. Hope you guys had a great day. Have a great day. Hope you guys had a great week. Ended on a good note. And again, y'all tap into this next video where we just about to give out some free game. But it's Greedy, man. We out. Appreciate y'all.